There's something quite scary about saying you're going to produce a piece of content every day, a unique and new piece of content every single day. What will I talk about? Where will the inspiration come from? Where will I find the time to do it? These are all the kind of doubting questions that come up in your mind. And for a while, I've been producing content pretty much every day in different formats. Every day on TikTok, every day on YouTube, but the variety of content has been so much so that some of it is more heavy in terms of time requirements and some of it's very, very quick. So I've developed out these different content pillars to be able to say, okay, this is more reaction type content where I can just watch something for 5 or 10 minutes and have a genuine reaction to it, and that will have some entertainment value. Some of it is where I'm just playing a game and recording my gameplay and reacting to the gameplay and then kind of giving a short review. And some of it is a bit more kind of high value in terms of production, where I'm maybe going out to a specific location, recording some different shots and doing a vlog. But all of them, require you to sit there and do the work. What's different about this transformational 2025 piece is that I've committed myself to saying I'm going to produce a piece of content every single day, and it's all going to be around this specific subject. Not only am I doing that every day, but all of those other pieces of content that I just talked about, I'm still having to produce. I'm still wanting to produce those pieces of content because I think they add value to you guys as an audience. And I've had a bit of an unproductive day today in terms of I've been procrastinating, easy for me to say, doing this video because I just was thinking, well, what will I talk about today? How am I going to get this other stuff done and this? I spend so much time thinking about how I'm going to get something done that I forget to actually just sit down and do it. So here I am, sitting down and doing it, talking about the struggles that I've had today. By and large, when you demand creativity from yourself, i.e. when you sit down, you have a routine and you say, I'm going to sit down and write, I'm going to sit down and play music, I'm going to sit down and paint every day from this time to this time, and hopefully the words will form on the page, hopefully the ink, the paint will form on the canvas in the way that I want it to, hopefully the notes will float out into the air and inspire me. But I have this routine, I will sit down and do it. I've talked quite a lot about the book Bird by Bird by Anne Lamott and this process of having a routine, sitting down, doing shitty first drafts, working on your craft every single day until you get better at it. And that's what I'm trying to do here. I'm trying to demand creativity of myself. I don't know what I'm going to talk about every single day. Sometimes I will press record on the camera and I'm not sure what I'm going to say. And I'll just try to allow myself to talk authentically and to talk from my experiences in the day and talk from, this is what I'm going through at the moment. What more do I have to talk about than my own experiences? So I think when you create an environment where you say, I'm going to do this thing every single day, you get into a routine. It feels like it's a muscle that you're training, where you're saying, if I train this muscle every day, if I work on this every day, it will get better and better, it will come easier and easier. I think there's still going to be times, even if you've been doing it every day for 10 years, where it's going to be difficult, where the coffee shop and the cake and the naps at lunchtime and all those things are far more attractive than sitting and doing the work. But there's a couple of reasons that I wanted to do this transformational 2025 piece. One, because this idea of me being the main test subject in my own life has been interesting me for a long time. And secondly, because I wanted to put myself in a kind of stress position where I was saying I need to produce something every day. Now, something doesn't necessarily mean it's going to be, an hour-long vlog or, a big, epic feature film every day. It could be that what I produce for that day is 5 minutes going, I'm struggling and I don't know what to do, but I promised myself that I'd do something. And maybe from that acorn grows an oak tree. So that's what I'm doing today, really. I don't really know what I was going to talk about other than that I've not had a very productive day. There are elements of me that feel like I'm already behind and that I'm already failing, and there are elements of me that are just grateful that I'm sitting in front of the camera and getting something done. These things for me form different purposes. Sometimes it's like, oh, I want to test out my kind of cinematography skills, my videography skills. Sometimes it's I want to test out my talking skills. Sometimes it's that I want to get something off my chest and be a little bit vulnerable and try and process something and work through it. So it's a slightly odd series for me in that I don't quite know what it is yet. All I know is that this is a core part of me making 2025 my most successful year ever in terms of my health, in terms of my happiness. I think it's really important that when your mind is consumed by the things that you're not doing right, is that we focus on, okay, where are we winning, what are we doing well? And I have to say, I've meditated every day since the beginning of this year, and I have, like 99% of those days, I think I've meditated in the morning and in the evening. And I'm hoping that the consistency of that is going to support me in, you know, building a mind that is ripe for inspiration, and that I can produce prolifically, because, you know, mentally I'm in a good place. One of the things that I could do with an area of inspiration with is like what to do with my short form content. I feel like my long form content, my YouTube content, is absolutely flying at the moment. Like, we are producing content regularly. I am, you know, editing prolifically. I feel really proud and confident in the work that I'm doing on that channel. And my short form content, I'm a bit like, what do I do here? What is the purpose of this? I see lots of people that I like doing cinematography stuff and videography stuff, and I take a lot of inspiration for that. I take a lot of tips and hints from that. And like, where do I sit in the space that I've created for me? You know, I've got 26,000 followers on my short form platforms. Like, what is my niche? I've tried a couple of things out. Are they the right things for me? So I think that's something that I've got to sit and think on. It is, where do I sit in that arena? You know, YouTube's such a big focus for me this year because I feel like it is an important and rewarding channel in terms of the type of work that you get to do. Like, there is something about a YouTube video hitting that is far more rewarding than any other channel. So I'm excited to push that, but I know I still need to monitor and, what's the word? Like, look after and protect the audiences that I've built and the content that I've built on other channels. But maybe a break is going to do me some good in terms of the short form content. Maybe the break is the little break that I'm having now. I'm kind of putting out some older pieces of content, not putting out anything significant. Maybe that break is what's needed. Maybe it just needs some time to breathe and figure out what it is. But anyway, here's what I'm saying to you. I'm producing something every day, every single day. Most days I'm doing multiple things, but I'm producing this series at least once a day for the remainder of this year. That's the aim. That's what we're looking to do. And that is forcing me to be creative with the time that I have to do it. And it's forcing me to draw on my experiences and talk about them openly, because I have limited time to talk to you. I have limited resources at my disposal. So there is a requirement for me to be creative in terms of what I'm doing. And just by saying I'm going to produce something daily is creating the space for me to have new and interesting ideas. I hope you're enjoying this series. If you are, please do hit that subscribe button now. I'd love to have you as part of the community. And if you see any one of these videos where you think, you know what, my friend is in this position at the moment where I think this would speak to them, this would help them, and please do share it with them. I'd love to hear about their journey too. For now, I'm going to go and prepare for the rest of the day. But I hope you enjoy the rest of your day. I hope you've had a more productive day than I have. And I will see you tomorrow.